Whyalla! And welcome to Joseph's, and here is his father, Jeff, Joseph's Model Railway and Toy Room. Thank you, as always, for joining the two of us today to this wonderful video. As always, we're just going to do a little bit of housekeeping. You would know what I do with my housekeeping, don't you? You know that I like to say, you don't need to like, follow, or subscribe. Just put the videos out there where I can and have a holy jolly great time doing so. But today, I'm going to take a little bit of a back seat because my father has travelled all the way up from Whyalla in South Australia to pay his first visit to my model railway and toy room, a room that couldn't exist without him. My inspiration, the absolute genius who loves trains and has more train magazines than I have dollars in my bank account. So without further ado, he's actually going to give you a wonderful bit of voiceover on the video from some footage that he's been up to in upgrading the Whyalla Model Railway layout at the Maritime Museum. Now this is separate to their club layout and separate to his personal layout. They have spent a lot of time upgrading and constantly evolving, and they're doing some tremendous work with the steel plant, of course, in Whyalla, and that's something that's been under development. So some of the footage you're going to see from the front side that the tourists get to see has been quite updated at the moment. But that being said, they have been busy working on the back line, so seeing the trains going east to west and all the rest of it. So he's now going to join us now in the voiceover. So would you like to give us the introduction to voicing over at the Maritime Museum?
I would, Joseph, and I hope you enjoy what you see. We've had a lot of fun doing it, and it's taking a lot of time as well. But there you go. That's what modelling is all about. So come with me now, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, and see what we're doing in Whyalla to upgrade our model.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Whyalla now, and of course one of the largest landlocked ships here we see is the corvette Whyalla, formerly known as the Rip, and it was made here, the very first ship made in Whyalla at the shipyards, as we can see in some of the original footage there. The shipyards are no longer in action, but certainly it's a wonderful slipway and there's plenty going on with the steelworks. Don't forget to pick up one of the legendary South Australian ice creams, the Giant Twin from Golden North, and you will be able to enjoy a pleasant time here at the museum. Of course, the grounds are also used for weddings and things like that, but it's a wonderful tourist attraction. You can't miss it off the highway. We'll go into more detail in that later down the track when we next visit. I just wanted to take a quick moment to point out that we won't be looking at any explicit detail on any of the scenery seen here or close-ups from the front end that you would see if you were a tourist. That's all for another trip. This is more the back end that most people do not get to see, and no one's actually got a video of this. So we're really sharing some secret herbs and spices here with you. So let us dive on in now. So now we go to Jeff now, who's going to take you on the other side of these doors through the entrance and behind the scenes of the model railway at the Whyalla Maritime Museum.
Trains arriving from the north, travelling to Adelaide, which you see now, will run through Nantawarra. Train arriving comes from Adelaide and is going north through Nantawarra and the Flinders Ranges to Port Augusta, and then on west or north. All these trains are DC controlled and they use tortoise points. They run in sequence, so as one arrives from one direction, another leaves in the other direction, and this gives a good display and an even display for people coming to visit the layout. You'll also see on the far left of this shot another train that runs through by itself. And that is from the Snowtown line, which you'll see shortly. And that train runs through Snowtown in the mid-north of South Australia and carries mainline traffic, such as you're seeing here, but in a more generalised way. As you can see, it's a simple 1, 2, 3, 4 arrangement. However, that was the train going north. On the train arriving now from the north, there are only 3 tracks available for it to be stored on. So we store 2 trains on the 3rd track. As one departs the 3rd track, it will then go through with the 2nd train moving up, ready to go the next time round. This layout has taken in excess of 20 years to develop to the stage where it is now, and we've got it fairly well ready to stay as it is and just refurbish as time goes on. Here we have the arrival of the Ghan, which will go through to track 2 on the westbound train, and the train on track 3, again are the Ghan, going on the eastbound line. The Ghan arriving back again will send out a freight train going east, and that's the end of the story. Here we are looking at the Whyalla Steelworks and shipyard operations. These trains process iron ore taken from the iron ore mines at Iron Knob and Iron Barron into the blast furnace to make steel, iron for the steel making plant at the BOS. You can see various parts of the operation, and also there's a shot of the Port Augusta line. We are continually upgrading the scenery and trying to modernise and brighten it up. There's a nice shot of the shipyard and steelworks area. The reed switches operate the trains as one arrives. It allows the other to depart and sets all the points for the departing train. All our points are tortoise, and it's DC operated, with trains going full one way and empty the other, and that's to give a true representation of the trains in the area in which Whyalla is located. The trains start up by using sensors. As people walk into the layout room, they trip the sensors on the ceiling, and this starts the trains running. There's a nice shot of Mount Remarkable Mambray Creek area. On the top you see a grain train going through Snowtown. On the bottom you have a freight train coming out of Adelaide, going north to Port Augusta and on to either Perth or Darwin. There's a train, the Indian Pacific, going through to Mambray Creek. And there it is, coming through Mambray Creek and on into Adelaide. It's just passing the silos and Nantawarra. And you can see on the top there, and again here, the grain train coming back into Snowtown. We'll have a train departing Snowtown then to go on Port Augusta.
Well, that was a mouthful, so let's go back to Joseph now.
Ta-da! Girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, wasn't that tremendous? Something a little bit different at the moment. And the next time we are down as a family visiting my family in South Australia, we'll certainly pop down to both the club and the museum and get some more updated footage. But the footage that you did see of the back line is, of course, recent. That was just brought up on this particular trip, but some of the front scenes are some older stuff I saw on my last visit, which was about 5 or 6 years ago. And it's not easy for any of us to have a smile when we're in front of a camera, but we are trying our hardest. But we do need to take a moment just to let you know, I'm going to give you a little quick sneak shot of some footage here, because part of the highlight of having visitors come and join me at the model railway here in my toy room is we did get to run some trains. So much so, we had as many as 8 locomotives running all at once. We've also addressed some programming on all of the locomotives. You can see some boxes behind me. We've pulled them all out. We've sorted out how we're going to address them. And of course, you've seen that wonderful mimic panel, which is what we were also testing and working on while my father's been here. So it's been absolutely fantastic. We've had a whole bunch of fun, and we've got plenty of content to keep you going in the upcoming videos. Thank you so much to my father and from the team at the Whyalla Model Railway Club for sharing some of this wonderful footage with us. So girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, as always, please do stay safe. Toodles!